Are live on Facebook. Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Grandinetti, and you are watching the Being You Adventure Show. And today I am with my friend Susanna Mittermaier, and I am so excited about this topic that she chose because it's about how being you is pragmatic. And one of her awarenesses around this is that it makes everything easier and it makes everything work. Say more, my friend, because I need to know. Because that's a lot of people make it so like difficult, like that they have to like morph themselves in order to get what they want out of life. And what you're saying and suggesting is that if they're being them, life gets easier. And this is a concept that I would love to know more about.
It's so weird, right? Because it's like you say, everything we've been taught is exactly the opposite of, be like people tell you to be and you will be successful. Or when people are already successful and, they have, a manager and they get a contract signed, or there was some, a famous person and they, think they now I need a manager or whatever. And then that person tells you, well, to be compatible in the market, you have to be X, Y, Z, whatever they think is valuable at that moment or in vogue or something that is a great seller. And then what you see, like we have seen this so many times with actors or people who are famous, like that's a very good reference point to look at how many of them, when they like, oh my God, we're these amazing creative people, Elton John, I just saw, the Rocket Man movie on the plane, parts of it, because then, we landed. But then all these amazing movies that we see, and I think Amy Winehouse, and is another movie I watched recently. Like all these things you watch, like they're these creative people, they bring something to the world that nobody else does, and they're awesome. And you're like, wow, I've never heard this kind of music. This is new, or this way of singing, or this way of acting, or creating, or whatever they do. And they're like, yeah, it's the enthusiastic, they're happy, they're joyful, everything works. And then bam, they meet someone who says, wait a second, we have to adjust you, because if you want to be a great seller, you have to be like XYZ. And so most of them buy that point of view and think, okay, I have to do this because if I want to be more successful than I already am, I have to adapt myself to their points of view. And we all know how that story goes, right? We all know that, okay, after a while, what happens is that they lose their drive, they become less happy, they buy the points of views of someone else, and then they take drugs, and then they get depressed, and then, and then often they kill themselves.
It's and then total burnout.
Exactly, total burnout.
Or the other side of that story too. I love that you're going here because it is totally like a conversation people can hear. So I love it. I love it so much. Because the other side of that is that, or they'll make some like mistake, right? And then everybody's like, oh my gosh, they're not the person that we made them out to be. But then they become more received if they own it. And they're like, hey, I'm just like you. And then they're that from that moment, their like fame will skyrocket because now people can see the true them. So that's like the other side of the coin, which is so funny.
Yeah. So Ellen DeGeneres, for example, right? So she was like one of the people who allowed themselves to show, okay, I'm gay, I love girls. And then first it was like, oh my God, wow, thanks for coming out, and all the actors went, oh, okay, if I, and she has a show on Netflix. It's so funny because then she describes, all the other actors go like meerkats. Okay, I can come out of my hole too. I can maybe be myself too. Let me watch how it's going for her. And it doesn't go well for her because she gets fired from her, I think, talk show or whatever it was. And then, she gets fired for 3 years. She doesn't appear on TV, and then she first she looks at the reaction of other people, like, will they like me if I come out, if I be me? Will, she makes the reaction of other people relevant. And then she makes this journey, 3 years of going, what if it doesn't matter? Or like Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen, what's his name?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, Queen guy. Yep. Yeah. So the Queen guy, he also has the same thing. And then like all of these people then have to go, wait a second, is this really relevant what the reaction of other people is? Or do I have to acknowledge me, like find find the peace with me and being me and not make other people's reaction relevant. And then we all saw with those examples and people, and maybe you had, you guys listening have the same, something similar going on. The moment when you go, you know what, none of those reactions are relevant. I'm just gonna be me, acknowledge me, enjoy me, no matter whether anybody else does or not. Then things change. They start to receive more. Their business grows, their success grows. Like she was on TV again, as you said, exactly. People love her. They're like, oh my God, you're so you. Oh my God, they eat her up because she's so her. And it's so simple,
Funny, I watch people, like being in LA especially, we have a lot of and owning a hair salon, I have a lot of celebrity type of clients. And one of the things that I've noticed is that what we'll do to fit in is we'll keep who we be secret. And then what Dane and Gary have been talking about is how any secret you have today is the lie you tell tomorrow. And as we all know with lies, it's really hard to keep them in place. Like it's stressful. And that's where like people will start to turn to drugs and alcohol and binging and all, like depression and all the things, and end up in some, and I know we're talking like a celebrity thing, but this is also true for those of us who are not yet celebrities. But but we lose track because we're trying to keep this lie in place that's actually not true for us, because we're trying to be something we're not. So we're keeping us secret. And the joy and the ease of living, which makes it so pragmatic and everything to work out, like you say, is to actually be willing to be us. I know, like for me, anytime that I've been around, like working with the team, working with celebrities, I actually find more ease with it, because what I'm aware of is that I have to be aggressively me to even be received, because they're used to everybody playing the game. And then there's like this incongruency. It's like, I don't know if I can trust you, or it's not easy to be around somebody who's not being congruent. So I have to like go so far in to be me and like tell all the jokes I would still tell, like be as like chaotic as I would be in order to have ease, because the other stuff I start dropping shit and acting stupid, because like of all the energy of everybody, like, oh my gosh, there's a celebrity here, like don't mess up. And I'm like, they're just another person. And it gives them more freedom to be them when you're being you. And so can you talk about, Susanna, like what are you aware of? So what you were saying is that like we make the judgment more real than what we know is true for us. And so I know we're looking on a really big scale, like the world's watching you, Queen, or the world's watching you, Ellen. But a lot of times, a lot of us aren't even tapped into what the world's doing. It's like what mom's going to say or what the neighbor's going to think. You know what I mean? So what can you speak to?
Yeah. So it's like one person is like, oh my God, what would one person think? So whether it's one person or a billion people, who, whatever the, amount is, it's like the same shit. It's the same stuff going on for all of us, and then like this thing of starting like judgments, like you say, the judgments that we keep making relevant and go, oh my God, that reaction. So what I always remind myself of is every judgment is just like a fart. What do you do when someone is farting? Exactly. You go away, you open the window, you don't go, okay, I think it smells like the scent of, I don't know. This,
my God,
and it's just so Carol, and you don't do that. You just go, oh my God, it stinks, I'm gonna go somewhere else. So what if we treat judgments just like a fart? Someone farted in your direction. What do? You go, okay, bye. You don't analyze it, you don't even make it personal. I don't know, maybe some people make farting personal, but it like probably you don't have to. By the way, it's not about you. People just fart. So that's the same with judgments. It's not personal. It's not about you. It's just something the person does because they like doing it. It gives them value. They have nothing else to do. They, find whatever. It doesn't even matter why they do it. They just do it. And the most important part is it has nothing to do with you. It's not personal. So that's something.
Aren't people judging? Like I know Dane, I think, I forget who, we'll just say Dairy for Dane and Gary. So founders of Access Consciousness. I forget who says what sometimes, but one of the things they were talking about recently, I think it was Dane, about how people will judge in you the things that like they're not yet willing to choose. So if you're going out there and you're being big and bold and you're living your best life and people are projecting at you, these judgments, a lot of times it's because it's about them. Like they're not willing to choose it. So they have to slow you down with their judgments. And it's up to you to decide whether or not you sniff in the fart and, you know, linger in it and try to figure out why. And that is like the best analogy ever. I'm pretty sure we need to meme it. And then I have a whole lot of graphics that could go.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see the pictures. Totally. Like,
yeah, but it is that. But I mean, I'm going to take it a step further and maybe a step grosser. But like, if you did linger in it and try to figure out the why, so never ask why, because it just keeps you circling the toilet is the thing that I always say. So very similar analogy here. But like if you were really trying to figure out why, you were trying to figure out like what they ate for dinner, how much of it they had, how their body like disposed of it,
why they had it also,
why they had that, like all these things. And you just sit in the fart in order to figure it out. It's so silly. I can't believe we do this.
I know. And then we're like, and when we look at this that way, like, wow, well, that is really silly. Wow, okay, interesting choice. I'm making this choice. What else is possible? How can I make it easier, you know? And you can just flush the toilet. You can just, you know,
roll down the window.
Yeah, yeah, you know, be creative. And then really going, wow, if I don't make this personal, I love what you say. It's never about you, you know. It's like if you're being great, you know. That's why I love peacocks, and I'm just in my center in Vienna. So now, and like this is the Pragmatic Psychology Center, and like the logo of it is the peacock, and that's why I love the peacock, because it's like, yep, I'm beautiful. I know. And you're welcome. It's on the house. If you like it, cool. If not, if you love me, you love me. If you hate me, you hate me. I don't care. I'm going to be beautiful anyway, you know? And it has this little pea brain. That's why it's called peacock, because it has a pea brain, I'm sure. And which is good, because it can think about why people judge him or not. It's like, whatever, you know, I'm beautiful. And that's what you can be, because people only judge you because something is being triggered when you're being great. You know, it just does something with them. They might go, oh my God, they're so awesome. I wish I was that. I could never be that. Or they're so awesome. You know, whatever it is that triggers, but it has nothing to do with you. It's just an acknowledgement of your greatness. You know, whenever somebody wants to stop you, it's an acknowledgement of your greatness. And we could see it that way, because we all know our points of view create our reality. You know, if you change your perspective, everything changes. You know, if you acknowledge that anything judging you is an acknowledgement of you, you know, ta-da, and you can start enjoy being you, and things start to work.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna take this, like, I'm gonna turn the bus like a little bit over this way really quick, because we're talking about stinky things like bad judgments, but a lot of us are actually seeking positive judgments so that we can. So can you speak to a little bit about how we actually can also stick ourselves with like okay, I might be good at being like, yeah, you know what, fuck you, with your stinky bad judgment of me, I'm going to move forward, but instead of moving forward and being them, they're moving forward as fast as they can towards the positive judgments that make them then be able to be them or be right. And so can you speak a little bit about that? Because that's the other side of the coin that I often find that people, myself included, will hold on to a lot harder, is the oh, you're so right judgment, or you got it right, so keep going. And then you stay on this path of having it right when like there's so much more possible, but because they judged you as right with this thing, you've got to stay here and keep it this way and not let it get any different or bigger. So will you speak to that for me a little?
I love that question. That is so brilliant, really, Sarah. Wow, I love that you look at this part too, because it's exactly like, you know, how many of us have thought our whole lives whatever we do and be is wrong, you know, and then there's this one person who says, oh my God, you are ... whatever that is, you know, you are beautiful, you are smart, you are, you know, whatever it is, and you go, oh my God, I am beautiful, I found my precious, you know, and you're like this golem who goes, oh my God, I have to hold on to my beauty because it's all I am. Or you hold on to your smartness or whatever it is, right? And then it becomes this one thing that we think defines us. It makes us right in this world. It's who we are. And we all know, like, it's hard work to maintain that. You know, if your thing is beauty, if your thing is smartness, if your thing is whatever it is, it becomes your thing, and nothing else that doesn't match that thing can't come into your world. It's like you single out everything and you make yourself like just that thing, and it becomes you, it becomes your definition, and every definition per definition is a limitation, because nothing else, like if you're smart, you can't be beautiful. If you're beautiful, you can't be smart. It's like, what? That's crazy. You know, it's really crazy. So the thing is here too, the positive judgment is often it's as limiting as a negative judgment, and often even more sneaky, because the negative judgment, we all know what we suck at. You know, we're like, oh, we can make a list of 1,000 things in a heartbeat. But then the positive judgment, we're like, oh my God, I got this right. I'm like, I got it, you know, and you're like totally, oh my God, I'm so awesome. And all the things you judge as positive about you, or a business, or a situation, or a relationship, you stop creating. Why? Because you don't ask, how does it get any better than this? What else is possible here? What else could I add, change, look at, you know, see differently? And this is where any judgment, positive or negative, is a limitation. And again, the positives are so sneaky, because, oh my God, don't we finally want to be somehow right in this world, be seen as how amazing we are, or be someone, or be something. And anytime you try to be something or someone, I am the beautiful person, I am the smart person, I am the shy person, I am the loud person. Oh, at least I am something, even though it's positive or negative. I am something. And anytime we try to be something, it keeps us from being us and who we truly are. And so this is the courage we can muster up to let go of those somethings, those definitions, and just be us, undefined. Just, I don't know who I am, you know. Many times I wake up in the morning and go, I have no idea who I am, you know. And I used to have this, it was horrible. I hated it, you know. I wanted to know who I am. And I woke up in the morning and, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable to not know who I am. And and I started to see, yeah.
Go ahead.
Say.
Go ahead.
I just this uncomfort. I just like it. I started to see this as a friend. You know, uncomfort became a foreplay for me to greater possibilities. Like, oh my God, something new is coming. Oh me, and it's awesome. You know, and it's just a new choice of going, okay, I'm going to embrace the uncomfort. I'm going to allow myself to not know who I am. And I'm going to find out every moment, every day, who would I like to be? What do I like to create myself as? And it's fun.
Well, what I was going to add to that is that a lot of times in this reality, people will be like, I'm going to go find myself. Like, I'm going to check out of my life. I'm going to find myself, as if somewhere else you are, whether it's like on a mountaintop or, you know, somewhere, you know, in Europe, backpacking, I don't know. But what I started to recognize is that we're never finding ourselves. We're actually on the discovery. Like, every day you could discover something new. But if you're looking for a destination, that's where you trip yourself up, because if you were to find that being right is your destination, you will stop there. And I've noticed myself do this. So when we were talking about like getting it right, I know I've been working through this in the last like 6 months to a year or whatever, as like, so I was seeking the positive acknowledgement. So I would work towards that as if it were a destination. And then as soon as I got it, I would stand there with like my noisemakers and my party, you know, hat, and be throwing a party that we got there. Yay. And then by the time I got done blowing my noisemaker, there was no one around anymore. And I was like, oh my God, the bus is still moving. Shit. We didn't hit the destination where Sarah got right, and then we get to stay there and continue to party together. No, we're on to the next thing. And so if you try to create any rightness as a destination, it will be so fucking fleeting that you will be standing there alone going, what the hell just happened? Especially creating with access, you know, like you bring something to the table, everybody's like, yeah, that's awesome, let's go. And then we go, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm still over here trying to celebrate the fact that I got it right. So when I stopped doing that, it was like I could continue to move towards possibility, and not with the like the landing point of getting it right. Because I know for me, the things that I've gotten right have slowed me down more than the judgments. That's why I was asking you that question. Does anybody who's watching have any questions for Susanna that you can put in the chat? I'm happy to ask them for you. And if you're so inclined and would love to have more people have this information, please do share to your page or every other group you might be a part of. Shameless promotion, it's what I do. So moving on with like the pragmatic. So people were like just listening to this for the first time. And I know that like you do a lot of taster stuff where people like come into looking at the tools, or you're giving people the book for the, like the Being You book, that were facilitators of the class that was born from the book by Dr. Dane here, Being You Changing the World. You can find it at drdanehere.com. What's that first step? Like, what do you love to introduce as like a, hey, this is where to start? Like, what can you give people today that even people who've been using the tools forever might be like a light bulb, where they're like, oh shoot, I totally forgot about that tool? Or
like, it's so funny, a light bulb. So for the first step is, you know, how we tend to want to change ourselves, and we want to go, okay, I have to change. And it becomes this big pressure of, oh my God, I gotta be me, you know. I don't know if I told this on the first episode, but first time I had, like, not the first time, but when I had a problem long time ago, I called Gary and I'm like, oh, I have this, I don't remember. It was a really tragic problem. So tragic that I don't remember. And anyway, so I called him and he's like, oh, honey, don't worry. Just be you. And I'm like, what? And then, you know, as you know, no answer, just like, I'm like, seriously? That's what I should do? Be me? That's going to solve the situation? How it's going to, you know, how is this going to be me, make this situation work? I don't get it. So for 3 days, I was running around and trying to be me. And I went to the park and I'm like, okay, I'm so going to be me. Okay, I'm going to walk in the park and be me. All right, I'm going to nail this, you know? Okay, that didn't change anything. So then I went, you know, to eat ice cream. I'm gonna so eat ice cream and be me. I'm gonna nail this, you know? And so went for ice cream, worked at being me, nothing, absolutely nothing. So I did this in several situations for days, right? Nothing ever changed. Then I remembered my mom saying, I don't know, somehow my mom, I don't know how it is, if you have ever experienced this, sometimes those moms come into your head just like in the most random situations. And then she said, honey, remember I always told you, you don't have to be good at everything. You know, some things you're good at, some things you're not good at. I'm like, yes, mom, that's what I mean. That's what I need now. That's exactly it. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm just not good at being me. That's just not something I can do. So other people can be themselves. I'm just let this go and not going to be me. So I went to the coffee machine, made myself some coffee, you know, let go of being me, just fuck it, you know, whatever. And I'm like, whoa, that's yummy. That's relaxed. And I realized, wow, that feels like the start of being me. And the start was to relax, you know, to let go of the need to change anything, to do anything, to become better, to improve, and just like enjoy this relaxation of nothing has to change. It's good as it is. And how does it get any better? And I don't need to know the how. I can just find out and you know, and when things come up that are not good, well, hello, enjoy them. When things come up that are awesome, hello, enjoy them, you know? It's like the mantra we use in Access Consciousness. All of life comes to you with ease and joy and glory. Like literally all of it. When things go amazing and when things don't go so amazing, when people fart with their judgments or when they don't, you know, everything, all of life comes to you with ease and joy and glory. And that's something I can totally recommend. Don't work at change, allow it when you allow it, and the rest, just enjoy it.
I thank you so much. And I'm not going to let you go just yet. Okay, because when you were saying that, the tool that popped in my head that like I'm literally just, I mean, I've been around Access for a minute, and we get it when we get it, guys. So I used to have the hardest time really getting 10-second increments. I'd be like, live in 10-second increments. Like, what do you count to 10 and then count to 10 again? Like, what are you talking about, everybody? And so what I've been with playing with the Being You tools, and then playing with 10-second increments, it's actually started to open up like the awareness of what that actually is for me. And that is like being willing to be me for 10 seconds and then be the next version of me and be the next version of me and choose and choose and unchoose if I desire and not hold myself to anything I was 10 seconds ago. They're just like, a lot of it's opened up for me. And I get that like you have another piece that you can add that would contribute to me and all of our viewers. So what do you know about like what that journey was that day when you were trying to find you? And then when you relaxed in, can you play with that with the tool of 10-second increments and maybe give our viewers some awareness of that?
Well, the problem with this is, and it's really a problem, is that it's way too easy. So we love when it's hard. We love when it's difficult because we're so good at solving problems. Oh my God, we've done this our whole lives. But when something is offered, like a 10 seconds increment tool or any other access consciousness tool, it's so simple that it's like, no, that can't be it, you know? And it's the same with the 10 seconds increments tool. Like when you have whatever going on and you're like, okay, so how do I use this with this being me, as I said before? It's like I try to create, like I try to come to an end. I try to get somewhere, you know, like I was projecting on many 10 seconds futures. I projected on a long, very long future. I'm going to find me and I'm going to be me, you know? So the 10 seconds increments tool is just, I'm going to let it go, you know, like just a choice of, I'm going to relax for 10 seconds. You know, okay, 10 seconds are over. What am I going to choose now? Okay, that was yummy to relax. I think I'm going to do a 10 seconds increment more to relax. Okay, 10 seconds are over. What am I going to choose now? Or like my parents, it's actually my parents' favorite tool because they've been married for many years. And, you know, there are moments when you love each other, when you don't love each other. And I gave my mom the tool and she's like, oh my God, it's the best tool ever. She's like, oh, so when dad, you know, he gets to-do lists of what he should do. And as you know, when you get something to do, you tend to have a point of view about it, or, you know, I'm not going to do it because you want me to do it. And so, you know, there's sometimes a slight resistance. And so she's going, but you have to do this. And she's like, okay, I'm going to be upset with him for 10 seconds and I'm going to enjoy it. And then 10 seconds are over. What am I going to choose now? I'm going to be upset 10 seconds more because it's so much fun right now. Okay, 10 seconds are over. And now, okay, 10 more seconds because it's so much fun. And now 10 seconds are over. Okay, I love him again. You know, I'm going to love him again. It's easy, you know? And then that's how easy it can be, where you can just change direction in every moment. You can be happy, you can be sad, you can, you know, be you can not be you can be upset, you can be peaceful, and none of it is better than the other. None of it is more, you know, advanced or enlightened. It's just like consciousness includes everything and every choice is okay, and you can just change direction in every moment. That's the 10 seconds tool for me. Part of it.
And one of the things that I've been playing with too is like with that, I can indulge in the fart for 10 seconds if I want to. I could sit there and be like, oh my God, this fart smells awful, but I'm going to sit here and and then when 10 seconds are up, I'm like, okay, choose again, roll down the window. You know what I mean? Like, and it lets me out of the judgment of me. It lets me out of where I've shrunk for something. Cause a lot of times we'll make a choice. Sometimes, goodness, like years ago, you'll see someone do something in a moment and you're like, I would never do that. And then comes up a possibility for you to go, okay, oh my gosh, there's that choice that I said I would never do. But if you're living in 10-second increments, you don't have to hold yourself to that thing that you did, you know, or said you would never do like 3 days ago, when it would actually work for you now. And being willing to like continue to, if something's working for you, like your parents and their relationship, and they want to stay in it, you can continue to choose that every 10 seconds if you want, but it keeps you in the creation. Like what you said earlier was that when we're going through life and we're looking for like that positive judgment, we'll get there and then we'll stop asking what else is possible or how does it get better than this. Like it actually keeps you in the creation of all of those things that you get right too, and to get you into the possibility and not to stay like settled in the rightness and that you finally made it. Because I feel like that's where people stop asking questions, is when they like get it all right and they're like, okay, now what? Oh shit, now what? I hit all the markers of life and now I'm sitting here going, but wait, there's more? Yeah, check box.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Is there anything that you would like to add to this conversation?
Just, I love what you said, the checkbox. It's like, you know, in this reality, it's all about arriving somewhere or getting it right. And what we're offering here with the being you paradigm is a totally different perspective. It's where you never arrive, where you keep creating you, where you keep creating your life. And it's never about getting it right. And that's the adventure of being you.
That's great close on that. That is the adventure of being you. What do you have coming up that people could choose with you?
I have a lot of pragmatic psychology classes. It's classes for practitioners. You know, if you want to learn how to use the tools as a coach, as a facilitator, as a therapist, as a teacher, a parent, that's what the pragmatic psychology world offers and much more. And money classes, Wealth Creators Anonymous, another specialty in Access Consciousness coming up in France as well, and many other things. And you can all find them on the webpage. Ta-da!
You did that brilliant. On your Access webpage, on your Access profile, if you go to accessconsciousness.com and search facilitators and put in Susanna's name, which is in this post, you can find her schedule. I will be in Omaha doing a Being You class at the end of September for a 2.5 day. If you're looking for one of those classes. Also, you can find out more by looking on Dr. Dane Heer's website and look at Being You Changing the World. And you can find that on Amazon and Audible and all the things. It's changed a ton of lives. It's in a lot of languages. And lastly, I'd love to tell people about the Tour of Consciousness. That's just been poking me today. What do you love about the Tour of Consciousness?
It always comes at the right time. Like whatever tool you just require in a moment, it's like, bam, there. Nailed it.
Thank you. I love that. And that should be also a quote underneath the thing that says what the thing is. So Dr. Dane here does these videos, and they come out ever so often. I don't know that there's an actual like schedule to them, but they're about once a month. But you can sign up at drdaneheer.com Tour of Consciousness. You get a free video in your email once a month, just giving you one of these tools that we're talking about, and his brilliant way of describing them. And you can do that, like I said, on his website. You can find them. There's like a ton of videos that Dr. Dane has on DAINHEER on YouTube as well. And the Being You certified facilitators are doing a free book club starting, I should know this already, September 4th. No, that's tomorrow, 12th. I don't know. Anybody on that knows? I should know this.
Please comment. Please help us out. Comment on the section.
Yeah, but if you want more information, just PM me and I will have it by the end of this broadcast. But basically, you sign up. It's free. It's on the Access website as well. And you can actually go into my profile. I know it's there. But you sign up, and then we read the book with a bunch of the Being You certified facilitators. I'm super excited. I haven't done the book club before, so I'm super excited to do it with a bunch of people. And we'll go through the book together, and we'll look at 12th with a kickoff with Dane. Caroline saves the day. I knew it was an even number. Okay, September 12th, kickoff with Dane. He's going to be on. It's a free series. You can sign up, and then look at everybody supporting. I love you all. Yes. The BYCF's coming through. In German as well. Caroline, I know, is running a German one. So if you want to do German. And then on the 19th, 12th is with Dane. The 19th starts with the BYCFs. There'll be like 4 of us on and a host. And we'll just be reading through the book together, which is super exciting to get everybody's take on the different tools. So exciting. So go and join that as well. There's also, I'm just giving out all the things, if you don't mind. But there's a 30 Days to Being You Facebook challenge that's evergreen. You can sign up. It goes through Kajabi, and you get a video from a BYCF in your email once a day with one of their favorite tools. It's so freaking cool. I think we hit like 10,000 people in that group in a few days. There's a bunch of people playing in there. And so, again, if you want more information on that, you can PM Susanna. Just kidding. Anyways, you can PM me and I will help you get on that. But yeah, and then once a week, we try to get these shows up once a week. If you have any topics that you would love to hear from the BYCFs talking about Being You, please do mention them in these comments, or PM one of us, or PM the adventure page, and we'll get back to you. Yeah, so thank you so much for your time. I love chatting with you. I love the ease that it is when we get on. I'm super, super grateful for you being you, Susanna. And
likewise.
Yeah, and thank you everyone for joining, and we'll be on next week. Similar time, I promise.
I love the similar. That's awesome.
All right. Have a great day, everybody. See you soon. Bye, Susanna.
Bye.